Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2014 Runescope. My name is Amanda. Also, be sure to watch the video for your rising sign. That can clarify some things in this general sun sign reading for you, or just let you know other areas that may be lit up for you in June. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. They're $65 for a half-an-hour session. Feel free to drop me a line at the email address below this video if you want to set up an appointment. Please be patient. It can take a few days for me to get back to you. If there are people ahead of you, that just means I'm getting them scheduled, but I will get to you. I answer those in the order that I receive requests, so hang tight. I promise I'll respond to your email. I also did want to mention, I had been getting some emails from people saying their comments that they left on YouTube have been disappearing from my videos, and that's been happening since this Google Plus changeover was forced on all of us. And I'm sorry about that. It's not me. I only delete spam or you know, really nasty, horrific comments that don't contribute anything, because I don't want that kind of negativity on my page. But I'm not deleting any comments. They do kind of just disappear sometimes, though. I don't know where they go. I've emailed YouTube about this several times and gotten no response. So I'm really not sure what's going on with that. I apologize if you left me a comment and it's disappeared. I did not delete it. Also, if you do have a question for me, I do try to go through and answer questions at least once a month. So, however, if you don't leave it through YouTube, if you leave it through Google Plus, I can't reply to it on YouTube. And I don't go to Google Plus. I know I have a page on there, but again, that was forced on me, and I don't even know how to reply to messages on there. Maybe one day when I have extra time, in other words, never, I may go on there and mess with it and try to figure it out. But I kind of feel like, you know what, I shouldn't have to. I should just be able to reply to everything on this page. I don't know why they did that, but just keep that in mind. I'm not ignoring you, but it's just, if I can't hit reply and reply to you, you know, I can't answer your question. But just wanted to get that out there and apologize to anybody who feels like their comments have been deleted. It's not me. Scorpio for June 2014. Let's see what your challenge is. It looks like the challenge is going to be avoiding repeating the same mistakes in relationships. There may be something that comes up that is a temptation for you to fall back into an old pattern, or to go back with an ex, or to go back with somebody you've already been with, or that it didn't treat you well, or to go back with somebody that you want a second chance with and treat them bad again, you know, because this can work either way, depending on, you know, what kind of Scorpio you are. Yeah, so be aware of patterns is what I'm getting for you in June, Scorpio. And it looks like somebody will advise you against this, or there will be somebody kind of outside the situation that you're able to get their take on it, get an objective opinion on it, and ask them maybe what you should do. But it looks like maybe you won't be apt to heed that advice. And Scorpio, you're kind of notorious for this, not heeding others' advice. You know, because if it's not generated from your own brain, you have trouble believing that. So just kind of keep that in mind in June. Also, you may encounter breakdowns in communication. Some of you, this could just be an argument between you and someone close to you, your partner, or someone that you're in a relationship with, someone that's close to you. Can be a friendship also, but I mean, there just may be miscommunications. We do have Mercury retrograde all of June, so that would not surprise me. That incites more arguments and ruptures than coming together. So if you're being wrong-minded or stubborn in some way, Scorpio, then, you know, June may be the month where you just want to avoid everybody. You might just want to kind of back away, and because there may be somebody who pulls you into a confrontation or attempts to pull you into a confrontation, or maybe you feel there's another person, this other person is being stubborn or wrong-minded, and you may just be avoiding the communication. You know, the thing is, you're going to have to deal with it at some point, Scorpio, but you are right to maybe back away from this if you can, because June is not the best time to try to be sorting out communication issues or issues with other people. with Mercury retrograde. Not an ideal time for that. This could also be a business partnership that has some conflicts, miscommunications. Some of you may also have to go on a business trip or something related to deal with something related to your business that is just a frustrating project. And again, communication will kind of be the crux of the issues there. For some of you, there may be an unexpected expense that comes up in June. For some of you, this may be something that you just can't pay now. You may have to call somebody, you know, and be like, look, I'm going to have to make this in payments or put this off or figure out a way to pay this later because I just can't do it right now. You know, and if you can do this, this looks like the best course of action, as irritating and frustrating as it may be to deal with bureaucratic organizations or to have to call people on the phone and, you know, try to work something out. It looks like you would be able to delay this or at least get some kind of payment plan set up if it's a large expense, something like that. June, definitely not the month to start anything new business-wise or start a new job, because it looks like you will meet with all kinds of delays and frustrations in that process as well. If this is something coming back from the past, that's different, because Mercury retrograde, those things are kind of well started if they come back in. You know, things that have come back from the past. But no, it looks like for a lot of you, this is just something that has been hidden that comes to light. That either could be an expense, or maybe it's a secret that you're trying to keep, that you gambled away a bunch of money and you didn't want your partner to find out, and they find out and there's an argument about that. That's kind of a scenario that just kind of pops into my head seeing these cards. You know, or it could be your partner tells you this and that's why you're angry with them. So yeah, there could be a disappointment in June financially, Scorpio, and definitely kind of a time to, you know, hold things where they are and not make any large purchases. Be careful while driving also, Scorpio, or in vehicles while commuting. Mercury retrograde can be a prime time for accidents also. Help that's going to be available to you though in June is that there is going to be a balance around property issues, around a domestic situation. So, I mean, if this is your partner that you have an argument with, it looks like there's going to be a way to balance this. However, it's a very karmic month in June. So, I mean, you're going to be getting back whatever you have put out. And it looks like for most of you, it's going to be coming in through your domestic situation. So if you've treated people well, have been honest with people, have been on the up and up with people, your domestic situation, whatever troubles are encountered in June, it's going to be healed. It will be necessary. Whatever this argument is or disruption will be necessary to get to this place of healing, and that's the help that's going to be available to you. There can be a new beginning there if you want it. For those of you who have been stuck in a situation that is less than ideal, stuck in a relationship, stuck in a marriage, stuck with the wrong person, there is an opportunity to get out of this in June, or that may be what you're thinking about in June. This option is available to you, you know, and it's going to become clear to you. It's going to become clear to you that, you know, this situation can't be fixed. It's not worth fixing. I don't want to fix it. I'm done with it. And again, this is karmic. This is the balancing of the scales. This is what's supposed to happen. So don't fight it. I don't feel like most of you will want to fight it. You're done fighting in June, and that's kind of the indication I'm getting, Scorpio. You're just done fighting whatever you've been fighting to save, to leave. Anything that you've been kind of trying to buck the system on, and you just keep getting kind of smacked down from it, you're going to be done with that situation and leave it. Because, you know, many times when that happens, it's because we're not supposed to still be there. Maybe we were supposed to be there for a while, but we've overstayed our welcome, and we need to get moving on our path and leave this behind. What can't be changed about June is that you are going to be leaving a negative influence behind, Scorpio. And this may be, but I don't see you rejoicing about this. I mean, it looks like there will be some sadness, some disappointment. You had hoped this would have turned out a different way. You did. You didn't want it to turn out this way. So, but again, I feel like this has been brewing for a while, Scorpio. Don't feel like this is a new situation. This is something that has been broken for a while. And June is the time when you can finally leave it behind for good. So whatever the situation is, it'll be different for all of you. Whatever this bad influence is, whether it's a person, a situation, a job, I mean, whatever has been holding you back, holding you down, disappointing you again and again, making you feel trapped, making you feel unable to move forward. June is the month where you finally get a plan together, or many of you will actually just finally leave this behind. And it, you know, it's, again, that's the balancing of the scales, because you've stayed there too long. Most of you, you've stayed in this situation too long. You could have left long ago, but it was like a self-imposed prison. You could have walked out at any time, but you kept hoping it would get better. You kept hoping it would turn around, or that you know, if you just put more effort into it, it could be fixed. But in June, you finally get the answer that that's just not the case, and you can't take it anymore. You don't want to put up with it anymore, Scorpio. By the end of June, you're going to be fighting for something. You're going to be competing for something. And for many of you, this could be a job. This could be just a new beginning. This could be, you know, if you've left a relationship, this could be you fighting for property, fighting for custody if you have children. I mean, fighting for right, fighting for justice. Some of you may just be fighting for your point of view, and you know, maybe other people aren't seeing it your way. Maybe one person in particular isn't seeing it a certain way. So this isn't going to stay this way. I mean, I see victory for you, Scorpio. I see you getting the upper hand in this situation, but I mean, it's not always going to be pleasant in June. So arguments and conflicts are going to be the order of the day by the end of June, but I see you getting the upper hand over somebody who either lied, you catch someone in a lie, someone who was trying to manipulate you, someone who is, you know, this, for a lot of you, this is coming up as a female, doesn't have to be, can also be a more feminine man, so a gay man, or, you know, a more feminine energy for most of you, not all of you. But anyone who has been trying to manipulate you or lie to you, who wants what's best for them, doesn't give a rat's about you, that's this person. That's who this is talking about. And you just finally having enough and saying, whoa, we're not going to play that. I can see you've never dealt with a Scorpio before, because we don't play that. And then you're going to show them just exactly what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with. And no, it's not going to be pleasant, and you don't like to do this, Scorpio. You don't like to have to deal with people in this way, but when there's no other alternative, when they leave you no other choice, you'll do what you have to do. But I'll tell you one thing, they will never mess with you again. So, I mean, this just may be one of those months where you have to show somebody what a Scorpio is all about, in the worst sense of that, Scorpio. So I'm sorry to report that there's going to be conflict going on, but again, it's for the better. It's karmic. It needs to happen so that you can move forward. A negative person, situation needs to be left behind for good so that you can focus on you and your future and bigger and better things. So that is what I see for June, Scorpio. I'll see you back here in July.